What's going on, everyone? Welcome. This is the Warehouse Series, and this is another Discord Friday. Today, this is geared to a couple selectors that reached out to me saying that they need to hit a higher mark by a certain day this month, or they are not going to be employed there anymore, and they need the job. So I'm hoping Discord can come together and help. Now, the one person is on Discord. Please keep posting your pictures on Discord, the person from Kroger, and I want you to keep putting stuff over there because there's one problem I'm having with your with helping you, and I'm going to let you know when I get to your stuff. Guys, do all this all over here, and let's get on to today's video. So the first person is in a bear warehouse, and I want to say that the only two problems I really see with throwing bear is one, it's all weight. So you're not getting any breaks of throwing lighter cases later on in the order. And two, I call these problem cases in the other warehouses, and that's simply because they have that slippery surface. And as you can see right here, when Samuel's hitting his brakes or slowing down, you're getting stuff to shift. I never see you with wrap on your product, so should this new selector maybe start wrapping frequently if that's something that's bothering them? I don't know. So I'm hoping Samuel, if this person's watching, please go on Discord and just say, hey, I work at the Bear Warehouse. Tim was trying to help me on the video. Can someone help me a little further? So I want to say something, guys. If you're on this side of the aisle and you only have a few cases, you should be throwing on this side of the pallet. If you're on that side, you should be throwing on this side of the pallet. Now, let's say we have a quantity. So let's get rid of all these cases on top. And let's say we have one layer of Keystone and we're over here and we have to pick 20 cases. Well, that's when you start throwing on the opposite side of the pallet first, because if you load up this side first, you're either going to be A, reaching over, or you're going to start walking around your pallet to put the cases down. So large quantity, starts reaching over your pallet, even put a knee down if you need to, and start selecting over here first and then come over this way. One case, select on this side of the pallet. So another easy thing in bear warehouses that I believe is like you get a lot of the cases that they're going to be the same height. So stacking this should not be difficult. I think if you are a brand new selector, you never selected before, and you're coming into a bear warehouse or any warehouse for that matter, because there's a lot of heavy cases that you're going to be throwing. Well, it's something new to your body. You're not used to it. You're going to have the aches and pains. I always like to throw this little scenario up that back in the day, I used to be a long distance runner. About 4 times a week, I'd run a couple times. I would run like 6 to 7 miles, and then I would do a couple 10 to 15 miles per week. And I used to be a big hockey player, ice hockey, deck hockey. And I remember I have not played deck hockey in like 15 years. And I got invited to go play into a charity tournament for one of my friends that I played hockey with. And one shift, the first shift, I ran up and down that deck 35 seconds and I was dead. Here's a person for years. I was running long distance a couple times a week. And I go to do that for 35 seconds and I'm dead. No matter what your body has to adjust to it. So when you come into something like this and your triceps are hurting, your shoulders are hurting, maybe you have to add some more stuff in, like stretching and maybe eating properly. But in the same aspect, you got to realize that the aches and pains could take months to get rid of. All right, this is something new to you. So your focus should be, okay, I get it that I'm going to get the aches and pains, but I need to learn my techniques and I need to learn how to do things as fast as I possibly can for this to work out for me. But these are 3 different pallets right here. And so what I also want to bring it up here because these pallets are on sideways. So the other person that I'm going to be showing and helping, they also select sideways. So I want to know, and I remember asking this on a survey, and I don't remember what you guys answered. So please leave in the comment section below, and please come over on Discord and help me, because I don't remember what you guys said. I'm in a warehouse that always the pallets went straight on, okay? These pallets look sideways. So from people that selected in warehouses with pallets sideways and straight forwards, do you switch the pattern that you select? Meaning the top of the board is where I select at, okay? And I come back. So I start here and I come back. But if my pallet's sideways, are you guys starting here and working left to right? Or are you still working this direction and just changing the way you do things? So please let me know about that as well. Now this pallet here, I love. Anytime I see something where immediately when you look at this, what's the one thing you notice, guys? One of the major things I teach on here is a high corner, low inside. And when you do that, remember, guys, on all four sides of your pallet, this middle line is our best friend. That's the crossing T I talk about. We want cases dipping in here. When you dip a case outwards on your corner, more than likely you are dropping it. So we want that nice dip coming towards this middle line like this person is doing. And I believe this is the side of that same pallet. And guys, what do you see? All right, you know I don't like this. I don't like big cases in this part part of the pallet, but it worked out for them. But once again, we got high corners, low inside, and we got that natural dip coming to the middle. So if this is the way this person selects, it's working. Do it and keep sticking with it, guys. But this is the result of those high corners and low inside. All right, besides this pallet just being perfect, I really love what they did on here. So last week I was talking about if you're hanging off the pallet. So here's the end of the pallet right here, and we got a case right here. People like to stay in line with the case and then instead of coming back to where the pallet is. Remember, we always want to try to keep that line. Sometimes we get cases that stick out and we have to come back in. And the worst thing you could do is stay lined up with the case that's already hanging off the pallet, because then you're just going to get more weight hanging on the part that's hanging off the pallet. This is almost the opposite effect, and I loved what they did. So we're stacking here, and we have a hole here, okay? So what did they do? They pushed the case in to counteract the weight. Remember, this is all about weight distribution. We pushed the case in to counteract weight off the corner, because remember, this is our best friend, the middle of the pallet. But look what they did. Now, this case isn't exactly lined up with here. It probably was at one time until we hit the wrap machine, but look how we gradually come back out and we meet our lines again. This is just perfectly done, all pushing this in to make sure that we get weight off the corner. And you could probably do that a couple times if you want to. If you're not having cases that are big enough to counteract from the weight, from here to here, I love it. I just love what you did. Just make sure the case that you're doing it with is really sturdy and maybe glass jars or something heavy that when we push this case into the middle of it, it's not going to start buckling that case. Great job. I love it, and I noticed it as soon as I seen it. All right, this pallet here, it just gets on my nerves. Yeah, I put it up here, and I just threw lines on for shits and giggles to show you where the line should be, well, estimated line should be. This person needs to quit. This was not, to me, this is deliberate. This is absolutely 1,000 deliberate. They did this. If they did not do it deliberate, then they need to be retrained immediately. Because the thing that irritates me about this is that people do stack like this on purpose just because they think it's funny. But if your warehouse is a warehouse where they have other people rebuild this stuff, or even the loader's got to deal with it, now you're just pissing them off. All right. So just because obviously, to me, someone had to hold this on while he wrapped this pallet. This is just stupid to me. I know the trainer didn't train this person this way, so this is just this person being stupid. I always say to people like this, just put your headset on the jack and just leave. If you're on this Discord, I apologize, but you just shouldn't be selecting, in my opinion. All right, so now I want to get to the other person. And as you can see, we're at a Kroger warehouse. We're using plastic pallets, what they said they have to use, and we got these pallets on sideways. So this is where I need people on Discord to chime in. If you're in a warehouse where these pallets go on frontwards and then you go to a different warehouse where they select sideways, are you still selecting this direction as if the pallet was still facing your jack, or are you starting from one side of the pallet to the other? Really would like to know how you guys stack, because I'm really having a little bit of problem helping this person because I stack this direction. And I don't want to start telling this person how I would do it if there is a different technique of going this direction. So people that select sideways, I'm asking you, we don't have much time. We got a few weeks to help this person out. And I feel really bad that this video is not going to be the video that you wanted it to be. I do want to say a few things though. I like how you're keeping your blue cases together. They got perforated lines. They will buckle with direct pressure. So I do like how you kept them together. Just make sure they're more condensed, which I think you do later. I like your corners up here because you're keeping the same height, so you're able to build with that. And honestly, your finished product is like really good. Like this is a beautiful pallet. And I think maybe you're saying that you think that speed is a factor, so I'm curious, like to you, how much time is it taking to do this? Because I still like your big corners, you still keeping your big cases on the corner. Now we got a big case up here, but we're topping it off. I don't like this section here, but once again, we're not working this direction. We're working this direction. So I really need these people to start chiming in and helping out. And maybe from their conversation, I can get a little bit more information. And if I have to put a video out on the weekend, I will. All right. So I will, because I know we don't have much time. So I will get a video out. I want to start seeing people. I'm going to actually start the conversation over on Discord. I'm going to start talking to people. I'll post your pictures over there, and we need to get help because I want to help you. I don't want to see you lose your job. And I'm feeling really bad right now that I can't really help you because you select sideways. And I don't want to go mixing you up, so I need some other people's opinions. Guys, this is a produce pallet. I posted this for one reason. Okay, yeah, it fell. That's not why I'm posting it, well, sort of I am. But what I want to say is that in produce, start learning what cases can manage weight. All right, apples, these apple boxes absolutely can handle weight. I think these might be avocados, definitely can handle weight. This could be one of a few things, either limes, lemons, and the top of the box is a very soft box, and and the contents end before the top of the box. So you're not going to get that direct pressure. You're going to crush the box. Any crushable box that I learned, okay, well, this case crushes is going in the middle of my pallet. Any solid case is going on my corner. I want all solid cases on my corner. Another thing you could do, remember, guys, you get these kombuchas. They are a strong, sturdy thing. And then this is I forget what these are called. Those are those juices. They're heavier cases that are smaller, so they're going to put direct pressure inside of a box that is easily going to crush it. And that's probably what happened on this side, and this is why we fell. So, guys, just get rid of it. All right, I understand. Our warehouse does the same thing. These kombuchas come later. If I'm crushing boxes, I am freaking just swapping these 1, 2, 3 cases out. I'm just shooing them out of there, dropping my kombucha straight down, and I will put these these crushable cases on top for my lighter weight. But I always try. Guys, I am not afraid to throw a couple cases out. I would have done the same thing over here to make sure that my weight is as close to the bottom as possible or on a sturdier case. That's what this is the result of these kombuchas, and I forget the name of it, but that's the result of them crushing cases, and it takes a matter of time of you just swapping those cases around and they won't crush. So with that last picture, the reason why I want to bring that up is because, do you want to take a few seconds to just adjust a couple cases while you're selecting it and when there's nothing on top of it, or do you want to pick it up off the ground when you're done? Because that's the two options. To me, I'd rather just switch the stuff around and get done with it. I'm starting my conversation over on Discord. Please come help this person. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Keep posting your pictures from Kroger, and we're going to do what we can. I really hope we can get you there. All right, guys, have a good weekend.